What's up, everybody? Frank from 5AM Ramen, and I am in Fukushima City in Fukushima Prefecture. And I'm going to be diving into the best Fukushima ramen. The first place I'm visiting is actually one of the top ranked in the country. I don't know exactly what to expect with the ramen, but I do have high expectations. Let's do this.
Welcome to 5AM Ramen, your golden ticket to the best ramen in Japan. Even if you have a slight interest in ramen, this channel, 5AM Ramen, is for you. I'm Frank, a Tokyo native, and I proudly eat Japan's best ramen for a living. This is the 10th episode in a Northern Japan Ramen Series. In the first 9 episodes, I had 24 bowls of ramen in Gunma, Niigata, and Yamagata prefectures. In this video, for ramen bowls number 25 and 26 on the trip, I'm in a brand new prefecture, Fukushima. Outside of Japan, Fukushima unfortunately is known for just one thing. But this is a crying shame. Fukushima has a storied history, gorgeous scenery, and of course, equally gorgeous ramen. Fukushima ramen is next level, with Fukushima being home to some of Japan's most celebrated ramen styles. So, earlier today I was in Yamagata Prefecture for 2 bowls of Yonezawa-style ramen in Yonezawa City. Before leaving the city, I also squeezed in some junmaishu, or Japanese rice wine, and some Yonezawa beef. Yonezawa beef is one of the most famous Wagyu beef brands in the country. I'm now in Fukushima City, Fukushima. Fukushima City is the capital of Fukushima Prefecture, but it actually isn't the largest city. It's the 3rd largest, with a little under 300,000 people. Let's get back to me on the ground.
Feeling pretty good after the sake sampler earlier. Oh my god, that Yonezawa beef was so delicious. I'm gonna hang out at the hotel for a little bit and then head up the first ramen shop. At least around the station here, this feels a lot more urban than what I've experienced up to now. Big contrast going from Yonezawa to Fukushima here. And it's just a short train ride on the Shinkansen, only half an hour, and what a difference half an hour makes.
My plan for the evening was to have 2 bowls at 2 different ramen shops here in Fukushima City. Tomorrow, I'll be traveling to Kitakata, which might be Japan's most ramen-obsessed town. But right now, I still have some work to do in Fukushima City, and I'm going to be visiting local ramen restaurant Dateya. This place is one of the top ranked in all of Japan, 30,000 plus ramen shops. Dateya is even part of Tabelog's Ramen Hyakumeiten list in East Japan. First of all, think of Tabelog as a Yelp-like site. The Ramen Hyakumeiten East list is a list of the top 100 ramen shops in East Japan. Now, I just said East Japan. Japan is actually divided into East and West. So this whole time I've been saying Northern Japan. We technically are up north, hence the heavy snow. But for reference, when I'm talking with locals here in Japan, I'll switch to saying East or West Japan. I just didn't think calling this whole series the East Japan Ramen Series was as snazzy as the Northern Japan Ramen Series. Anyways, Dateya is a ramen shop that's off the charts here in Fukushima City. This ended up being one of my favorite spots during this whole Northern or East Japan ramen trip. Dateya might even be my favorite ramen shop in Japan. I ended up ordering 2 bowls at Dateya. This is partially because I love the first bowl so much. I grabbed both their soy sauce seasoned chuka soba and their salt seasoned shio ramen, but with dumplings and an egg in the shio ramen. On the surface, Dateya's chuka soba looks like your typical classic ramen. However, it's anything but typical. The full-bodied soup is bursting with a stunning chicken flavor. This comes from chicken oil made from Date chickens. These are top-tier chickens that the shop also takes its name from. On the back end of things, you have flying fish and bonito fish flakes, providing a fish accent. They further add complexity to this soup. Now the second bowl. It seems like this is what regulars order. It's seasoned with salt, not soy sauce. Since the salt seasoning is even lighter, that marvelous chicken flavor really comes out to play. But while on the lighter side, the seasoning isn't soft per se. They use sun-dried salt from Okinawa, and it does pack a punch. The pork and shrimp dumplings are flat, generously filled, and have properly silky wrappers. The other toppings in both bowls are great, of course. This includes seaweed, negi or spring onions, a big slab of soft chashu pork, and that soft-boiled egg that I added. The noodles are made from local wheat flour and a little bit of egg, which contributes to a satisfyingly smooth flavor and texture. Also, this ramen restaurant, in a way, it really got me emotional. It wasn't just from the ramen being so tasty either. I'll talk about this in a second when I get back to my hotel. So, 4 bowls of ramen in total today, with some rice wine and wagyu beef on the side. In a mostly ramen-induced coma, I dragged myself back to the hotel. I made the executive decision when I was there to grab 2 bowls. I'm glad I got both. They were both fantastic. Both had a wonderful chicken richness to them. Think of it as like a punchier old style of ramen. And yeah, nice weedy noodles, and there were a lot of noodles there. I really like the pork chashu too. It was so soft it fell apart when you picked it up. Pretty hefty as well. Those dumplings, a good amount of pork and shrimp in each of them. Very big. You definitely get your money's worth here. And overall, a very magical place just because the old couple that was running it, I don't know, I felt something special about that place. It kind of represents a lot of ramen shops across the country where, you know, they probably don't take a lot of breaks, only on the days when they're closed. They just do the same thing every day, as they're part of the Tabelog Hyakumeten, or Top 100 in East Japan. This is a very, very big deal. And I didn't see anywhere in the ramen shop that they indicated this. Of course, I'm sure they're happy about it, but it's not like, hey, we're trying to get on that list. They're just making good ramen. I don't know if they were like happy that I ordered 2, but when I was out to pay, it wasn't just her there at the register. He decided to come and say kind of hello too. And you could tell they're both people of few words, but it was just, I don't know, emotional in a way. I was just looking into their eyes and the way they said thank you. Thank you very much for coming. It was just a nice moment. Even though I've had bigger conversations with taxi drivers, younger ramen shop owners, I think it was just that simple moment looking into their eyes that really stood out to me. And it's something I won't forget. As cheesy as it might sound, it's very much true. On a completely separate note, the train I took to get there, the train actually goes in both directions on the same set of tracks. So basically, at one point on the line, I imagine there's like a stockyard where they just make way for each other. It was kind of cool. I was going back, I'm like, wait a minute, there's only one set of track. Didn't realize it on the way there. Very cool line too. The interior is kind of themed like an onsen or a hot spring bath. And speaking of onsens, I'm gonna hit the bath, I think, relax, do a little bit of work, and get back to it tomorrow. So, as I said, tomorrow I'm having more ramen in Fukushima City. One of the ramen shops that I visit actually has a ramen that comes with a side of butter. Yes, butter. This will all be in the next episode. Stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope to see you in the next ramen-filled video. Until next time.
What's up, everybody? Frank from 5 AM Ramen. What's up, everybody? Frank from 5 AM Ramen.